small crowd today.
We are the crowd.
We are.
Well, according to my watch, it's a little after 3 o'clock, so we'll start punctually at 3. And ask the secretary to call the roll.
Certainly will, Mr. Eisbart. Kent? Ben?
Present?
Paul? Martin?
Here.
Okay. Sharon?
Present.
And William? Okay. We have 5 present and 2 not here as of yet.
5 present, 2 absent, so we
Mhm.
have a quorum. We can enact the business of the board. And so the first item is the adoption of the agenda. Can I have a motion
So moved.
and a second?
Second.
All those in favor, please signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed by nay. Passes. We have the approval of the minutes, and there's a Scribner's error on the minutes of the regular session of May 27th. That basically was an error in the approximation of the outstanding fines that wouldn't be collected because we're not taking these kids to court. But it did change from 300 to 450,000. If that will affect anyone's vote, I will call the roll on that. Does anyone wish to change his or her vote?
No.
Okay, so the minutes as corrected, I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes as corrected,
So moved.
and a second.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed by nay. And we also have the minutes of approval of the claims, June 10th of 2021.
I move we approve the claims.
Thank you. Whew, that was a tough one. And a second. Second?
Second.
Okay. Whoa. He got you?
He said it. I don't think you heard him.
I couldn't hear him. No. Okay, any discussion? All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed by nay, and we're moving right along. Okay, let's get to the financial report for May, David.
All right, thank you, Mr. President. In your packet are the reports, of course. Nothing new to report. There's no new lines going out of their benchmark spending levels, and so nothing to report there. Obviously, the 2 main things happening right now are the finishing up of the annual financial report. That will be, we've got 6 days before the June 30th deadline, and the print shop is working very hard at getting the drafts and all set. The auditors are still confident we can get it done by the 30th, although they asked me to put in for an extension just in case. So it's like, that's fine, we'll do it. But that,
Don't do it, Dave. Live
Yeah.
dangerously.
Yeah, you show who's boss.
it's like, yeah, you'll get this done or else, so. But no, so far been good. It's been interesting having an independent CPA firm instead of state board do it this year, because like, Ben was saying beforehand, for kind of a fresh perspective. In one sense, it's been a bit more work because the learning curve is there, having to, get them familiar with ours, but they're coming at it with new sets of eyes, so it's helped and, some good suggestions. So, we've valued that. The other big thing, obviously, is the budget coming up. We're moving on that. A lot of information has been coming in so far. The big items yet to come this next Wednesday is when the growth quotient is supposed to be delivered to us. That, of course, as I mentioned in the notes, indicates how large our budget can raise as well as how much our property tax level can raise. So we'll get that number. There'll be I included in your packet the prospective calendar for the budget pass. It's the last page in there. And just some dates to note, we'll be getting at the end of July the circuit breaker numbers. Those are always an important component. And then the income tax estimates by mid-August. Somewhere in there, we're going to be putting a finance and personnel committee together so that we can talk about not only the budget, but as you recall, we had agreed to move forward with a additional option for our health insurance, what we're calling a narrow network option. And so we're meeting with our consultants next Friday to finalize some of the numbers on that and make sure that we've got all the filings or whatever needs to be done. So those are some of the things we'll be discussing at the F&P meeting. Then I guess really the only other thing to report on is after about 25 years, we are moving to a new payroll system. I know our staff is right now very much in the training side of it. We'll be doing that with the first payroll of July. And so we're excited about it. The team is excited because it's offering so much more ability, especially in the day and age now where handheld devices, you can do so much more.
What's the name of this?
Paycom is what we're
Paycom?
moving from ADP to Paycom. So, and it was a very, I think, going to be beneficial for us and will make our staff, even though they're going through the training right now, so they might not be happy of that. In the end, it'll be a lot easier and all. Change is never easy after 20-some years. I think we started in 94, something like that. So we've been with them a long time. But those are the main news items now, but I'd be glad to answer any questions you might have.
Questions, folks?
Just someone on the timeline for the budget.
Mhm.
Just again, the Finance and Personnel Committee meeting, that's all of us, right? Everybody, all
Yes,
7 of us
yeah,
are
that's a
on that.
meeting of the whole, the board of Yep.
I just, when we try to schedule that, let's go ahead. I would recommend we try to do that fairly soon. Just, I know my calendar's filling up for August
Right.
already, so let's
Yeah.
make sure we get that date set for everybody so we can all
Sure.
attend.
Yep. Yeah, we wanted to meet with Frank and Dana next Friday, and then right then we would be able to tell, when we can throw that into place.
Okay.
Sharon?
Yeah, Dave, will you be release the census data information to see how that will have an impact on our growth and visitors through our libraries, or is that a different?
I don't necessarily, I use that for the annual financial report census, and I know when Denise and I talked about it this year, the level that we needed at the township level, things like that, wasn't available yet. We have the broad items, and of course, things like the population and, the shifts, we'll have to take that into account next year with the, income tax distributions, but that's what DLGF, that's why it's so important to get those estimates from them, because they're the ones that probably have better information than we would have at this level.
Will they include that in our circuit breaker or our levy numbers will include those?
Yep.
Okay.
I hope, because I imagine, you look at the change from 2010 to the 2020 numbers, and they're going to be pretty dramatic. Especially when you look at the population growth and the excess value. So, and that goes for all the taxing entities, the city, the county, all, the school district.
Right, I think that would be beneficial for the strategic planning too, that you guys are working on, to know how those numbers fluctuate.
I agree, yes.
Yeah, I know Bostwick is considering that. That was all submitted with them also.
Thank you.
Yeah, all those trends where people and the growth are happening, it's critical to that analysis.
Any other questions or comments? Can I have a motion then to approve the financial report as presented?
So move.
Thank you. Any discussion? All in favor, please signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed by nay. Well, let's get to the claims.
Yeah, those are the claim, I'm starting around the claims for today. Not a huge amount, 348,000. The highest claim, of course, is Indiana and Michigan Power Company, but materials are also in there, and then bills for CMA, the construction group for the Roland Center, finishing that up. Those are getting smaller now because they're getting pretty completed with
Any questions on the claim? It's coming around for signature, but any questions? Okay, I'll entertain a motion that we approve the claims as presented.
So moved.
Okay, Jim, you got that one.
Second.
Sharon gets it. Any discussion? All in favor, aye. Opposed, nay. Thank you very much. Now we're to the substantive part of the agenda. Presentation on Little Turtle Branch.
Greetings from the Little Turtle Branch. So Unity is offerings that we have available this summer. Our door count is up, our patron interactions are up, and I am very, very happy to announce that today we broke a record for the number of lunches given in one day. Today, our lunch staff gave out 120 lunches.
Wow.
The closest we came to that was, I think it was 107, and that was 2 weeks ago. So we're seeing an uptick in the numbers of people that we are serving. So what we have for you now is a brief video put together with the help of Kay from Access Fort Wayne with a little bit of script help from Paige at Woodburn. We'll talk a little bit in the video about the history of Little Turtle and where we're at right now. Little Turtle Branch has been providing services for our community for over 100 years. Named after the Miami chief based out of Kikiama, the Little Turtle Branch became the second branch of the ACPL when it opened on Wells and 6th Street, later moving to Huffman Boulevard in 1929. In 1973, the Little Turtle Branch moved into a remodeled Kroger store on Sherman Boulevard, where it has remained ever since. Patrons of all ages come to the branch to read books and newspapers, meet, use computers, and enjoy our diverse program offerings. If you haven't been to a program with Miss Kate, then you are missing out. Mr. Gabe has continued to offer virtual gaming programs for both casual and competitive players. Make sure to check out the virtual program days and times on our website. Not only is our programming unique, we also have some pretty unique collections as well. Have you ever wanted to start your own garden but weren't sure how? Then stop by the Little Turtle Branch and visit our seed library. This was started in 2016 when local author Michael Martone donated money from his Indiana Author Award to the branch. The goal of the seed library is to provide heirloom seeds that will thrive in our area. If you're a gardener who can donate seeds from plants that you have grown, then we invite you to contribute to this community-run seed library. Not only do we house the seed library, but we are also one of the only branches that circulates donated puzzles. With nearly 150 puzzles in the collection, we also work with ACPL's Library at Home staff to provide puzzles to people who can't get to the library. This is a collection that has been building for over 25 years and has shown no sign of slowing. Pretty soon, you won't be able to think of the Little Turtle Branch without thinking about the exciting new collection of Library of Things. This collection made its debut on June 1st, and some of the items include crochet hooks, a weaving loom, a portable Bluetooth projector, acoustic and electric guitars, and much more. Now you can finally teach yourself those great Guns N' Roses riffs and impress everyone in the neighborhood. The Little Turtle team is invested in ACPL's mission and is passionate about connecting our community with the vast resources available to them. From the simple act of helping someone use the copier to helping someone navigate a complicated job application, We know that small acts can make a big impact in the lives of the people we serve.
Thank you, Carla. Any questions of Carla?
Not a question, I have a comment. I love the seed library. That's a great idea. Love
It's online now. Spring, we were able to get the collection online, along with a form that people can request seeds from and have them sent to whichever branch is most convenient. So we're really able to provide more access to that this year than ever.
Does anybody bring you their vegetable bounty?
No. But that would be very nice.
Thank you again. Nice job. All right, let's move to committee reports. And the first we have is capital project. Marty?
All right, thank you, Ben. Just report for the whole board and for the community that our committee did meet with Susan Tuesday morning, just to kind of go over where we are with the project, with the focus groups that have been going out, the surveys that have been going out to the public, or not to the public, to the staff. We have done staff survey and staff engagement, which I believe is done at this time. There's been a number of presentations done to the Allen County Public Library Foundation, some nonprofits, and then also we met with the Spanish-speaking community, some organizations, as well as meeting with some elected officials yesterday. I believe there's going to be another meeting added for elected officials because of some conflicts that some of them had with the yesterday's meeting, so we're hoping to get that on the schedule as well. We're going to move forward then with the consultants are going to be here July 13 to July 16 for the public engagement, focus groups and visioning sessions with staff about library technology will also be held, as well as then meetings with the public. Right now we have scheduled, I believe, 5 or 6, something like that, over that time frame as well. So they'll be moving from Maine to some of the branches over that time frame as well. And then we're looking for a public engagement online survey. And I believe we just announced the launch date will be July 6th. So we're going to be getting that out on July 6th. And hopefully, I think we'll probably let everybody know about the public sessions next week. I think we're going to let people know that those are out there.
Correct.
And we did kind of go around and try to figure out ideas to make sure we get as much notice, to get as much participation as we can. So I can say, is everybody here and everybody watching, please make sure you attend. And invite everybody you know to attend, because it's really important for us to hear from people. But that's our report for the capital project.
Any questions on capital project? Okay, it sounds like it's moving quite nicely. The key is the communications and making the public aware. And I think we're starting on the, well, Susan was at the bus company, so maybe we'll advertise on the side of buses.
There we go.
Okay, any other committee report that we might have missed? Let's move then to the director's report.
Thank you so much, Mr. President. I submitted a written report and I'll share a few highlights. Carla mentioned that summer reading is like gangbusters, and she is correct. So I have some up-to-the-minute information. As of 12:30 this afternoon, our community has read a collective 2,984,392 minutes. So we're almost at that. We may even be at the 3 million mark by 3/18. So we are heading toward that goal of 10 million minutes. And when we reach that 10 million minutes, I say when and not if, a donation will be made to Humane Fort Wayne to feed the animals and residents there for a full month. So
Great.
keep on reading for those puppies and kittens, community. Also wanted to share that we did interview semifinalist candidates for the HR director position. We have landed upon 2 finalist candidates who will be coming on site for interviews in the coming days. So we look forward to learning more about them. Also wanted to share that over the weekend, I was at a delightful event with the Pontiac branch manager, Lisa, and their security guard, Charlie. We were at Juneteenth at McMillan Park, and we were so excited to see Miss Tucker in attendance as well. It was great to see you out there.
Fun to see you too. I have a note here to say how glad I was to see you out. It was a surprise, but I'm glad that you're out in the community. That was really
Thank you. It was a lot of fun. And to me, the successful sign of an outreach event, we had very little to pack up at the end of the day, which means that we had a lot of booth traffic and we were giving so many things away. I think Lisa brought out about 200 books to give out to the children there, and we had very few left over at the end. So I think it was a success. A few late-breaking things that weren't in my written report, but I wanted to share here. I am on the agenda for just a brief introduction and meet and greet for the county council meeting on July 15th. Excited to pop out that. Also wanted to share that earlier this week, I did something incredibly fun. I did a ride-along with our library at home team. So I hopped on the delivery van with Jonathan and we went to several assisted living facilities, and we also stopped by some patrons' homes to deliver the reading materials. And just what a lift. I think I may need to incorporate that as part of my regular schedule just for my own mental health, because it was just a wonderful, wonderful experience. And to a person, every patron said, I don't know what I'd do without you. Because these are folks who probably wouldn't be able to get to the library on a regular basis, and reading and books are just a huge part of their life. So I actually want to invite the library at home crew to speak at a future board meeting, because I think you'd be really interested in the work they do. Wonderful. Also wanted to share that the public is invited to a reception tonight in our Curl Gallery from 5 to 7 in honor of Tara Brantley, the new CEO of the Urban League, and for Judge Lori Morgan.
Great. Any late breaking news?
This is about as up to the minute as I can
Up
get.
to the
Yes.
minute, okay. Any questions, comments? Well, let's revisit Fresh Start on an update.
Yes. Again, late breaking news. I put on your place settings some up to the minute stats. So one of our goals for Fresh Start was to get youth back in the building and checking out materials. We are definitely seeing that. I don't think Fresh Start is the only factor for that. I think it's a confluence of many things, but Fresh Start is definitely an important factor in it. You can see the difference between January 2021 and June, not even the complete month, June as of June 21st, that we're seeing a significant amount of users, youth users, and of items loaned. So far in June, we've had 2,425 youth in the library to check out materials, and we've loaned over 23,000 items. And something I am really excited about is the really dramatic increase in youth card holders we've experienced over the past month. And that significant increase is largely due to our partnership with the Fort Wayne Community Schools. But as you can see, within about a month, we have gained over 1,000 new youth card holders. I did check with our circulation department, and they said an average month, we would get approximately 250 new youth card holders. So we are definitely seeing an increase in summer reading and our school partnerships. And I believe also Fresh Start. Those are all to thank.
Is the sign up on site or must they come here?
For library cards?
Yeah.
They can do it at home or they can come here. And then we had a special program where we were able to sign up several hundred Fort Wayne Community School students at once.
Right. Questions, comment? Any items of new business that should come before the body? Any old business should come before new business, but there's no business. Okay, we're open now for public comment. Is the public here? Doesn't look like the public's here. Well, with that, I'll entertain a motion that we adjourn.
So move.
Second, we are adjourned.
Thank you.
There is peace in the valley.
Peace in the world.
Good
Good
job.
to see you this weekend, Susan.
Yes, it was so much fun and beautiful weather.